Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Drive for Life. I'm your host, Brian Martindale, and today or tonight we have a special episode with a friend of mine from across the country. Her name is Cheryl Fillappone, and she is a union sister of mine. I am still a union member, and you usually see people on here, friends of ours, and people we're supporting for Kidneys for Kids. But this is a special case because Cheryl, being in the brotherhood of our union, which is the Painters and Allied Trades Union, we are in a brotherhood, or in this case, brother and sisterhood. So first of all, Cheryl, thank you for being with us today. And we're talking to Cheryl about her need for a living kidney donor to come forward and give her a new life. So Cheryl, you've had quite a time with battling kidney disease. That's really kind of interrupted your union career and your whole life. So, can we start with how everything came about when your kidney disease first started, everything that you've gone through up to now?
Well, first of all, Brian, I want to say thank you for having me on. So thank you so much. This means the
Absolutely.
world to me.
Thank you.
My kidneys, they came about from lupus. I was diagnosed with lupus at 20 years old,
Okay.
and the kidneys went kaput. And then I was on prednisone. And I didn't have to do dialysis at that time. The prednisone, the steroids, they kept me good. I had a 40% function for
Okay.
20 years. And then 5 years ago, when I was in the Painters Union, they failed completely, and I am on dialysis now of 5 years.
Okay. And your dialysis has been, I mean, debilitating for you to the point where you cannot work, correct?
Yeah, I had the chest port temporarily for 3 years. It's not supposed to be in that long, as you guys know,
Right.
because I formed a blood clot in it. Because of my lupus, I make blood clots,
Right. Okay.
and they were afraid to take it out because I was having strokes, and they were afraid I would have a major stroke and not be here anymore. So, and then they did peritoneal dialysis. I tried to stay on shift at work. So I was on fourth shift dialysis at 7:30 at night, but
Right.
that gave me a hernia and then I had surgery for that. So now I'm on hemodialysis again in center with the
Inside.
fissure in the arm.
Right.
So it has been a journey.
Yeah. And that takes 3 days of your week out, correct? As far as your dialysis.
12 hours, yes.
12 hours. So you're also driving a little ways as far as your dialysis?
Not too bad. About 20 minutes up the road.
Oh, okay. So yours isn't one of those big traveling things, but it's just the time out.
It's just the time, yeah, because I got to start getting ready and then get over there and, you know.
Yeah, everything that goes into conforming with your dialysis regime and staying alive. So, and how are your off days as far as, your days in between? I mean, are you worn out? How do you feel?
Well, I try and stay busy because I am very active as I was in the union. Like I try to keep in shape, but it's tough because the dialysis itself beats you down, and then you got to see doctors, you got to get blood tests, everything has to be tested,
Right.
and it's very time consuming and exhausting.
Yeah. And okay, now whereabouts are you in New Jersey now?
I'm in southern New Jersey. I'm in Williamstown. It's
Williams.
close to Deptford, Cherry Hill.
Okay. And you worked out of which local there? Were you
277.
277? So we'll give a shout out to our brothers and sisters in 277, as well as
Yeah.
all the union brothers and sisters who are going to be watching this episode across the country, because we're going to talk to you more in the second part of this episode about how you can help Cheryl no matter where you are in the United States. You do not have to be in the New Jersey area to save her life and give her back a new life. And will a kidney donation allow you to continue? Is that your plan, to continue your union work?
Yes, I would like to get back in the union and sling those gallons of paint around again. I miss it so much, the camaraderie of the union. Just
Yeah.
get like passing buildings and saying, I did that building.
I know. I mean, I still miss that, to this day, because I was last active in 2021 before my both shoulders were rebuilt. And then that was the reason my wife and I founded Kidneys for Kids after that. But I still, when I'm in Detroit, especially, and sometimes in other cities, when I was in Nashville this last year, the big Marriott Hotel and they're downtown. We take such pride in our work, and to see that big building. I started, I think, on the 25th floor of that and went to the 34th. And I'm sure you've been at what was your been your favorite jobs as far as that you've been on?
My favorite job?
Yeah, your favorite jobs. I mean, I'm talking about my favorite things. What are your
Oh man, there were so many. There was a high rise in Bridgeton. I was on that job for a while. Painting the bleachers. You know, on the bleachers, the little feet things that you gotta bend down to paint.
Oh yeah.
You never know how many there are until you're back. It has to do all of them. Well, I absolutely loved my time at the Tropicana Casino. I was there
Oh,
the last 5 years I worked and I was in the Trop, and just all the tradesmen there and just tradeswomen and just being in that casino with all the trades. And when there was we called them fire drills. There'd be something that had to go wrong, and we'd have to jump in as painters and get it done because
oh
the
yeah.
VIP was coming or something.
Sure, sure. There's
So
always
yeah,
an emergency or something that needs, immediate attention when you're in some kind of big place. And that was all a union shop, obviously, as far as all the
yeah,
other contractors. So you were
yeah,
working with brothers and sisters the whole time from all this.
yes.
So that's excellent. So, I mean, you're obviously our hope today is we're going to, talk about finding a living kidney donor for you. First of all, what hospital are you being treated at?
I'm with Virtua Lourdes. They merged, and it's the Lourdes in Camden. And
Lord.
it's actually very cool, Brian, because I don't know if you know this, but when a transplant is successful, they light up the lady at the top,
Oh, just
the
to let
Lourdes lady.
they let
She
everybody
lights
know that there's
up
been
when
a
it's
successful
successful
transplant.
transplant.
Oh, that's
So
excellent.
let's light that lady up.
Oh, yeah, there should be a sign like that at every transplant hospital. You brought that up. Some kind of
It's really neat.
to show the victorious, implications of getting a kidney in this case.
Yeah.
So we're going to take just a short commercial break and come back, and we're going to talk more about Cheryl's story, and then we're going to get into how you can help her from wherever you are through either direct or paired kidney donation. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Drive for Life. Again, I'm your host, Brian Martindale. I'm here with my friend Cheryl Fillappone from New Jersey, and we're talking about her need for a living kidney donor to come forward. Cheryl is a union sister of mine. We're both from the Painters Union and Allied Trades. We're very proud and active union members, and she wants to be active again as far as being actively working because kidney disease has disabled her to that point. So, getting you back on your feet, Cheryl. We need to find a living donor for you. And to do that, we're going to, first of all, put this out because we're union brothers and sisters to our union brothers and sisters watching this tonight. So let's talk about if somebody was in the New Jersey area, let's cover this first, and they wanted to contact your hospital directly to register to test for you. How would they do that?
There's actually a phone number for the intake. Her name is Jenny Roggio.
Okay.
And you just call Jenny. Her number is 856-796-9376. And you just tell them you want to donate in honor of Cheryl Fillappone.
Yep. And Cheryl, I know they ask this sometimes at many hospitals. What is your birth date?
March 5th, 1984.
Okay, beautiful. You boy, very close to my son. My son was born in July of 1984.
Oh,
So I'll take that as a good sign. So
me
I
too.
just want to talk a little bit about now, of course, if you were a blood match. Okay, so what is your blood type? Let's get that out there.
Show me your O positive face, Brian. I am O
Okay.
positive.
So you're O positive. So you're a universal donor, but you need, if you're going to receive directly, you need to receive from an O type or negative, positive or negative type. So
Right.
Cheryl could donate to anybody, but she would need to, if you're no positive or negative, you can donate directly to Cheryl. And then now what I want to explain to our viewers is what's called paired kidney donation. So a lot of times people see a story like yours, and if they hear a blood type, they think, well, I don't match Cheryl, so I can't help her. Not true. So if you're not Cheryl's blood type, you can still register to test for Cheryl in what's called paired kidney donation. So you would become a donor, and you could be watching this in Los Angeles, for example, and you would be sent to the nearest transplant center connected with her hospital, and you would donate to somebody altruistically, is what we say. Maybe you never meet this person. Maybe you do meet this person, but what you're doing is you're saving that person's life that you donate directly to, and you produce a voucher. And that voucher is then you designate to Cheryl. And Cheryl is put to the top of the list, and that living kidney that's waiting for her in that pool then goes to Cheryl right away. So no matter where you're watching tonight, anytime you're rewatching this anywhere in the United States, you're going to use that contact information that we'll have again at the end of this episode, and you can either donate directly to Cheryl or become her paired living kidney donor. So I mentioned again our union brothers and sisters because they're all over the United States. And I want you to know, as a union member too, the 10 years of my career before it ended, I worked it with one kidney. So I want people to know that it's just not disabling to become a living kidney donor. In fact, most of us that are becoming or become living kidney donors are the healthiest people in the world because we've gone through every test top to bottom. So we know we're perfectly healthy. And if you're going to give a kidney to Cheryl, I can tell you that you'll function on the level I do. I'm 63. I run around with the energy of a 30-year-old. I worked all the last years. I worked in the union. I mean, climbing 100-story towers with one kidney. So we're that physically able. And she'll go from night in her case to day with basically a new life. So there you go. I took my explanation of becoming a living kidney donor either way. What is your greatest hope, Cheryl? Obviously, it's to get a kidney, but what are the things you're looking forward to once you get that kidney?
Oh, just get back to life again. Be able to lift things, be able to walk and run and then just like be active in life, take a vacation, go to a friend's house and be able to sleep over if it's a little farther because I don't have to get back for treatment.
Right, right,
And
because yeah,
things like that. Just
people
get
don't think
back to
about it.
life.
Yeah,
I am so full of life, and then it just took a
you
little
look
part of
so
it away, and I just need it back.
yeah, and when we talked before this interview and seeing you now, you look so full of life. But obviously, we want to see you really feeling full of life every day, not just your days in between.
Correct.
And being able to go back and do your wonderful work with the union with our brothers and sisters actively and have the ability to travel. Most people don't think about that. When you're on this regimen, you have to be back at that center at a certain time in that day, or you cannot go a couple sessions without a dialysis, or you will die. And that is the end result. And we don't want to be, graphic or anything like that, but that is the end result. And that's the seriousness of finding Cheryl a kidney. So any final thoughts, Cheryl? Anything you'd like people to know? Anything you'd like to tell anybody, our union brothers and sisters, anybody watching tonight?
I just want to say thank you to you again, Brian, and to all the members that I've met and worked with, and all the members across the country that do it in solidarity. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
just I need to get back to life. I'm too young for this. I'm 41.
Yeah.
I need to get back into life, and I'm ready.
You got a lot of good years ahead of you. And we want to personally, I think, both thank our president, Jimmy Williams, because if it wasn't for Jimmy and him coming to Michigan a week and a half ago, and I went down to meet who I call my friend Jimmy, because he's been so kind. His team has supported the Kidneys for Kids Driving for Life mission since 2023 and been a main sponsor and been the reason that we can go across the country. And we've been able to match 14 children with 14 different kidneys. We're working with adults in Michigan. We're working with our union brothers and sisters now too, thanks to President Williams. So that's nothing to pump you up, Mr. President. But if it wasn't for that meeting, I believe some things are meant to be. And if you wouldn't have come to Michigan, I wouldn't have met Cheryl. So
I agree. Thank you, President Jimmy Williams. Oh my gosh.
There you
Yes.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight on this episode of Drive for Life. Again, I'm your host, Brian Martindale. Please watch the credits in the end and contact Cheryl's Hospital if you feel motivated to become her life-saving living kidney donor from anywhere in the United States. Have a great night, folks.